Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead.
And Jack.
And we're here for day 3 of our depression meals. We did change our menu because we had a couple people comment on things, and so tomorrow we're actually going to do one of the things you guys commented instead. And then we changed this one for an easier, cheaper meal. So, well, and the truth is I couldn't find the recipe in the other one. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to take a medium onion or a small onion. These are really, really small. So we've got a couple of them is what we've got. And you're going to cut them into thin slices. I'll do one of ours first and then I'll do the other one. Jack's over there doing what, Jack?
Peeling potatoes.
He's doing KP duty. That's what they call that, Jack. KP duty. I know he gave me my potatoes, and I'm like, I'm kind of doing our onions. Jack doesn't like prep, do you, Jack?
No.
But sometimes you gotta do it. I kind of chilled this afternoon because I've been in a lot of pain, so not moving too quick today. Alrighty. So there's that. Now what you want to do is you want to take a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Get a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and you want a tablespoon of sugar. All right. Oops. And then you're going to kind of mix that together. Now, what we're going to do is let this saute in that liquid for about 30 minutes. So we're going to get all the other prep done while we're waiting for this to saute. We'll be back. Okay, so while the onions are soaking, we are starting to boil our potatoes for mashed potatoes. So that'll take a few minutes. I'm sure you don't, as much as I want to lengthen my videos, I'm sure you don't want to see potatoes boil. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. So our next step is we're going to fry some burger up. I forgot to get my spatula. Now what we're going to do while the burger is frying is we're going to add those onions with the sauce in it. Here's yours, Jack. And we're going to fry all that together. I'm not sure how this is going to taste, but Alright, so while that gets to frying, I wanted to say Jack and I are not rich by any means. Rhoda can tell you, we live kind of in the ghetto, but it's a nice neighborhood. Just really cheap houses, you know. But we all take good care of our stuff, whatever. What Jack and I do for hamburger is when our little store, Apple Market, goes on sale for like $1.99 a pound or whatever, we actually buy about 60 pounds. And we do it by either frying it all up into burger, or into shredded burger, or we make hamburger patties, or we squeeze out and measure out a pound in a bag. Excuse me. Or like that market over there by my kid's house. What was that called? Oh, Tom's.
Yeah. Food market.
Yep, they had it in the rolls for $1.99 a pound. So that's what Jack and I do to be able to get our hamburger, and we buy quite a bit at one time, and we go in halves on it, and then we have burger. So that's how we can keep our burger price down. I'm not paying $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, and I've seen $6.99 a pound. That is
Expensive.
That's crazy. That's steak price. So anyway, that's how we do our hamburger. So, you know, it costs us a little bit more when it comes out on sale like that. But then we have tons of burger then, don't we? I mean, we don't right now because we're starting to run a little bit low.
Yeah.
But by us putting it in patties, and this is a good idea for you guys too, by putting it in patties, if we ever need just regular hamburger to do like a, I don't know, meatloaf or something like that, we can always put it together. Once you fry it, you really can't do that. So, that's how we get the burger. So we're not rich by any means. Anyway, so, instead of just giving ideas or things that happened during the Depression, I wanted to give you something that says 15 things to keep in a Depression-era pantry. Now, are we in the Depression? No. Are we in a recession? Well, the government says no, but I say different. But I think it's stuff we should keep in there anyways. Because, you know, they're starting to do some shutdowns in some places, and it's things that you should have in your pantry in case you can't leave the house for a bit. So number one is flour. Flour you can do so many things with. Bread, you know, breading, all different kinds of stuff. Biscuits, whatever. Yeast. Your yeast, if you buy a big container of it from one of the big box stores, keep it in your freezer. And it stays for a long, long time. Sugar. Here's one I don't have in stock, and that's cornmeal. Oil of some kind. Baking powder and soda. I do have quite a bit of that. Dried fruit. Canned fruits and veggies. You know, that's like that one thing that they were doing $5 at a time. You know, on Fridays. But honestly, when you shop, if you can just pick up an extra can here or there, your pantry will be built before you know it. Oatmeal. Oatmeal's going sky high in prices too. Spices and salt. Even though we try to avoid salt, salt is a very necessary thing for our diet. Pasta, canned meats, grains, nuts and nut butters, and potatoes. And if your potatoes start to go bad, you can actually boil them up, mash them up, cube them up, but as long as you parboil them first. So don't ever let your potatoes go to waste either. So I would put on there also, I guess it would fall under grains anyway, but I would say rice, because rice goes way out. You didn't want to get your own out? You're using mine? Anyways, so let's finish frying up this hamburger, and I do have a couple of fun facts too, and we'll get this put together. Alright, so the potatoes are done, and it says to mash them however you do it. It also said to put salt and pepper in the water, which I didn't do. So, normally I would get my beaters out or something and mash the potatoes, but that's not how we would have done it back then. So, I'm going to do the old-fashioned way. And actually, this potato masher was my mom's. So, like, I got all the stuff that was in the house, inherited it, but there's a few things that I kept. And her potato masher was one of them. Her, this knife, or this spoon was hers. And then also, that little nut chopper that I use, that was hers as well. So there's a couple things that I've saved from my mom. And every time I use them, I think about her. Alright. I only have one of these, so do you like milk with your mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so while he's doing that, I have a couple cute little facts. Alright. The first one is, and this one I thought was really, really cute. Did you know The Three Little Pigs was released May 27th, 1933, and produced by Walt Disney? It was a symbolic of the Great Depression, with the wolf representing the Depression and the three little pigs representing average citizens who eventually succeeded by working together. And that's something we need to learn to start doing, guys. Everybody has us so divided, but when it comes down to it, we need to work together. We need to become one community. Become friends. Friends sometimes become family. For entertainment, children and families often listened to the radio during the Great Depression. Nearly 40% of the families owned a radio. Popular radio shows were Amos and Andy, Burns and Allen, The Lone Ranger, Sherlock Holmes, Buck Rogers, and The Shadow. You know, excuse me. When I was a kid growing up, I never had a bedtime, ever. So I got to see, you know, like The Shadow and, what was that green guy called? I can't even remember. But anyway, I got to stay up and watch all those because I never had a bedtime. Now, Nessa over at Nessa's Nook, yeah, she did because she never could wake up. I did. And so I never had to have a bedtime. All right. Also, African Americans were hardest hit during the Great Depression. They were often the first to let go, to be laid off. The board game Monopoly, which became available in 1935, became immensely popular, perhaps because players could become rich, at least in their imagination. So, those are my few little ditties for today. And you know, in our imagination, we can do a lot. And especially with cooking and anything that we need to do to survive, it takes just using your imagination. Think about all the things that's been created just by using your imagination. So, another little ditty, but on my own. I love these depression weeks. Next week we're doing Amish week. So hopefully I'll have some good side notes for that too. Because I think it's nice to learn while we're doing something. Alright, so now I'm going to, I'm still going to add some vegetables. Better get your spoon, Jack. Jack has his favorite spoon. We're going to, I'm going to put these mashed potatoes right in the center. Tom, honestly, he could eat potatoes every single meal, and he doesn't care how you cook it. He is for sure a meat and potatoes guy. And, you know, I used to not like potatoes as much, but since being married to him and he loves potatoes, I've become more of a potato person. Alright, so now we're going to take that hamburger mix and we're going to put it over top of our mashed potatoes. And actually it doesn't smell bad or anything, does it, Jack?
Nope.
I was worried about with the, you know, with putting apple cider vinegar in there. Like, how good can that possibly be? But we will see in just a minute here. Alright. So Tom's lunch is packed. His dinner's on the plate. Now, of course, add vegetables.
I'll add my vegetables at the house.
Yeah, he'll add vegetables at the house. You still got your fork,
Just let
Jack?
them know.
Still got your fork, Jack? Oh, he hasn't put his stuff on top. Jack's got a big old pile of mashed potatoes. We go through a lot of potatoes in this house, too.
Yeah.
And a lot of dirty dishes. You ready to give her a taste test, Jack?
Yeah, I'm just about done with this. Okay.
Alrighty, let's do this.
Well, this is Bob Diggity.
Actually, it's really good. I'm really surprised with the... I didn't think it would be because of the apple cider vinegar. I'd wanted to make this recipe, but I passed by it several times because I was like... That actually is very, very good. So, I'm going to get dishes cleaned up and Tom will be home shortly. And I'll let him do a taste test.
Bye.
See you in a little bit, guys. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Been a long day.
Very long day.
So there's his depression meal, and I made green beans to go on the side. What do you think?
It's good.
It's really good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You can stop eating long enough to look up at us. It's got a little bit of a ting to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. What'd you put in it?
Apple cider vinegar
Oh, no kidding.
and sugar. That makes taste really yummy, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'd actually cook it again.
Add a little bit of bite to it.
But not bad, though, does it?
No. Not even a little bit.
So you happy with that, are you?
Mm-hmm. You might want to try that with liver sometime.
Oh, you know, that might be really good. Do it with just the onions. Because that's what I had to do, is marinate the onions in the apple cider vinegar and sugar.
That might be real yummy for liver.
Yeah. What he's drinking is not depression. He said he was hungry for chocolate milk, so I made him up a glass. You got spoiled. All right, you guys have a great night. Have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and bye, Tom.
Bye, Con.
I'll see you guys later.